fucking ass tripod, bro. It's the first time my fucking tablet keep on falling. So is my tablet okay? Let me see. Is it recording? Yes, recording. God damn, this is. Come on, this is all I got. God damn, this fuck tablet. It's the case. God damn. Hello, everybody. My name is Willzy Gamer JR. Welcome back to my live on YouTube, guys. Sorry, guys. It's just my fucking tablet just fell from that fucking ass tripod. It would think it's the case, but look at this, guys. I got a new wallpaper for my, and also I got a new gaming headphone. Look at this, guys. I got a new gaming headphone. They put this back again. See, this thing's fall again. I'll be so much mad. I was trying about to move the shit, and I know that something was. I don't know. You guys can hear me. Let me make sure this thing's not cracked. The screen. Cause this thing. Yeah, it's alright. The tablet's okay. Still recording. Yeah. I don't know. I can hear myself. Let me see my phone. Trying to see I can hear my audio. They have the audio on. Turn this fish off. No, fuck. No, oh, this bullshit again, bro. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Alright. Let me sure. See, I can hear myself. Hold on. See, I can hear myself. Okay, okay, I can hear my voice. Hello, hello. See, I can hear myself. Okay, okay, I can hear my voice. Hello, hello. Perfect. Perfect. So the audio is still on. Good, good, good. So yeah. So I'll make sure, guys, the audio is still good. It's just my fucking tablet fell. But hello, everybody. My name is Willzy Gamer JR. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Live. Today, guys, my mom got me a new headphone. I'm assuming I'm not using the old one, guys, so you know what I mean. But I'm assuming I got a new headphone right here, so I'm about to try. But yeah, today we got a new one, guys. You can see I got one on me, so there's some video. Alright, got some video, guys. I got my coffee. By the way, there's my old headphone right there. So you can see, I'm gonna show you. This is my old headphone, guys. I don't need to use it now. I got a new one. My mom got me one. Thank you, Mom. See, Mom, are you watching this? Thank you. But yeah, it's a new headphone, guys, and also it comes with the mic. So yeah. But today we got some scary video. And yeah, and look at this shit, guys. I want to show you this. You see, it's a new headphone. I'm assuming I turn this down, right? Look at that shit. Yeah, I just got it yesterday, and I also got the wallpaper on the wall. You can see, but yeah, I got the wallpaper on the wall. Let me see if I can show you guys. If I can show you guys. You can see that's the wallpaper. Guess my mom told me, hey, put it right there. I said, right here, Mom. You know, like, and I told her, I told my mom that she don't like right here. She said no, it's too much to take off all this. But today, gotta try this new headphone, guys. I just got it. My mom got me one. So I mean, my old headphone is right here. So yeah, both of these had cushion on the top. But this one also have a mic, so I'm gonna leave that right there. But today, let's go do some video. Scary video. Let's go.
It's the creator behind the popular TikTok page Magical Poltergeist, where he's been documenting the disturbing events unfolding in his family's home. Alongside his wife and kids, Jorge has been relentlessly tormented by paranormal activity, unseen forces that refuse to leave them in peace.
Hello, hello, Touch. Welcome. Hey, Touch. I got a new headphone. I got a new headphone on me. It's the black and blue. And I got the wallpaper on the right here. How you doing, Touch? Welcome, welcome. Do some scary video.
No.
That's good. That's good to hear, Tosh. I hope you're doing well.
One evening, while Jorge's wife was burning sage in an effort to cleanse their home, the refrigerator door suddenly swung open behind her. It moved with such force, it was as if an invisible hand had yanked it. Terrified, she rushed out of the room, but the refrigerator continued, opening and closing on its own. Many believed the activity would finally stop if the family abandoned the house. So Jorge made the difficult decision to move. But shortly after settling into their new home, the cameras recorded something chilling.
Hey, yo, I saw shadow. Look, the stove is turned on. What the fuck? And the fridge is open. That's the one I'm burning the house on. Let me see if I can get a lighting. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Let me get a lighting. Yeah, put my new headphone here. I don't want to break it. Cause you know me, I'm very careful with my stuff. I'll be right back. Let me get a lighting in here. There we go. Probably you can see me better now. There we go. But yeah. Put this very careful. There we go. Alright, now we got it.
Just like before, the refrigerator door began to swing open and shut on its own. Only this time, things escalated. The burners on the stove all ignited at once, turning the haunting into something dangerous. And then came the most disturbing moment of all. Throughout the footage, shadowy figures could be seen drifting through the room, faint silhouettes that appeared to manipulate objects as they passed by. When Jorge reviewed the video, he was stunned, realizing the haunting hadn't stayed behind. It had followed them, and now it was stronger than ever. Dustin Fraser has long suspected that something, or someone, is attached to him. He's heard strange noises in his house when no one else was around, doors shutting on their own, and he's even woken in the dead of night with the chilling sense that something was hovering right by his bed.
Oh,
But
fuck.
one evening, Dustin wasn't even home. And still, this happened.
Pool is looking a little green, if you ask me. But, I mean, to be fair, like the season's almost over, so.
Let me see this
Let's
guy's
check
gate.
this one. Shoot, good. Up to. Here. Did around, everything's fine.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear a faint whisper. And then, a dark figure appears, standing directly behind him. Over time, he's grown used to the strange noises, flickering lights, and the uneasy feeling that he's not entirely alone. But on one particularly quiet night, when the hotel was empty and his nerves were already on edge, Dustin noticed something in the reflection of a nearby screen, something that made his heart stop cold.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here watching Scooby-Doo. You know, it has been storming on and off all night. You can see there is nothing standing over here, right? But look. What the is that? Like, this is me.
Yeah, who is that?
Like, the satellite went out because of the storms, so it wasn't working on the TV anyways. And like,
Oh, it's getting closer.
but there's nothing there. And like, I turned,
It's getting closer.
Determined to capture proof of what he'd seen, Dustin began recording the hotel's empty lobby, narrating that no one else was around. But as he slowly panned the camera to the left, something in the TV reflection caught his eye. A woman in a white dress, motionless and staring. He spun around instantly, only to find the space behind him completely empty. When he looked back toward the screen, she was still there. Only this time, she was closer. With trembling hands, Dustin glanced behind him again. Still nothing. But when his eyes returned to the reflection, the apparition was now standing directly behind him, inches away. Overcome with fear, Dustin bolted, desperate to escape whatever had just manifested. So, what do you think he witnessed that night? A trick of the light? An elaborate hoax? Or undeniable evidence of a ghostly haunting in the Appalachian Mountains? This eerie video from Indonesia captures a man exploring what he believed to be an abandoned house late at night. Urban explorers often prepare for the usual dangers: unstable floors, collapsing ceilings, or running into trespassers. But few ever imagine encountering something supernatural. This particular explorer was documenting his late-night adventure through the property, treating it like any other derelict structure. The house looked ordinary for a place left behind. Shattered windows, cracked walls, and layers of peeling paint. But as he carefully moved through the dark lower level, an uneasy feeling compelled him to glance upward. What he saw staring down from the second floor would make him rethink everything he believed about empty buildings.
Well, that's got old ass. Okay, that's kind of creepy. That's a red eye.
As his camera tilts up toward the upper balcony, a strange figure appears between the white pillars. A pale face, its eyes glowing faintly red, seems to peer directly at him from above. Startled, his camera jerks, capturing chaotic movements that suggest raw fear. Whether it was a ghost, a hidden intruder, or a chilling optical illusion remains uncertain.
Hello,
but one
hello.
thing is clear.
Welcome, welcome.
The timing, the movement, and the eerie placement of that face all hint at something far beyond coincidence. Whatever he recorded that night might be the most compelling evidence yet of true paranormal activity inside that haunted Indonesian house.
That's kind of
This
creepy.
chilling video was filmed by a man who'd been living in fear for months, recording from his balcony after hearing unexplainable noises in his neighborhood. For weeks, residents reported eerie sounds echoing through the streets, low moans, scraping noises, and distorted cries that seemed to come from every direction at once. Families were losing sleep and children refused to go outside after dark. Locals even formed search groups, combing through alleyways and empty lots in hopes of finding a logical cause. But every attempt ended the same. Nothing. No person, no animal, no clue. That's when whispers began to spread that something dark and supernatural was haunting their town, a malevolent force that only showed itself when no one was supposed to see. Until one night, one terrified man captured it on camera.
Hey, what is that?
What makes this recording so horrifying is the way the figure moves, as if it has been watching, waiting, and studying the people below for a long time. It doesn't flee when noticed. Instead, it lingers, almost taunting those who dare to look. Its unnatural stillness and confidence suggest it knows it belongs there, among the shadows. This footage finally gave the frightened community proof of the haunting presence they had long felt, but could never explain. The mysterious entity was real, and it had been walking their streets all along, hiding just beyond the reach of their lights. Instagram user Noah Nefassin made
Fucking Annabelle, bruh.
a choice that every seasoned paranormal
This
investigator
is in China, I think, or whatever it is. Country, but this is Annabelle.
warns against. He decided to purchase a replica of the infamous Annabelle doll. For anyone
Replica?
unfamiliar, the real Annabelle is a cursed Raggedy Ann doll kept sealed behind
The Raggedy.
in glass at the Warrens Occult Museum, after being linked to several terrifying hauntings. But replicas of the doll are said to carry their own dark energy, often acting as magnets for supernatural activity. Noah proudly displayed his replica in a glass cabinet in his kitchen, unaware of the chaos
Why
that would
would you have this doll in your house?
soon invite. According to him, strange disturbances began almost immediately. Objects shifting on their own, lights flickering, and cold drafts sweeping through the house. Then, on October 5th, 2025, his security camera captured undeniable proof that something unholy had taken interest in his home. The cabinet door slowly creaks open by itself, revealing the Annabelle replica sitting motionless inside, facing the room like it's aware of being watched. Moments later, someone, presumably Noah, approaches to close the door. But before he can, an object on a nearby table slides across without anyone touching it. Realizing he's in the presence of something unseen, Noah bolts from the kitchen in panic. Yet the doll remains still, her stitched smile unchanging, her glassy eyes fixed forward, as if pleased with the fear she's caused. Experts in the paranormal warn that replica haunted dolls can serve as vessels for spirits, granting them a physical anchor within the home. By bringing this imitation Annabelle into his house, Noah may have done more than decorate his shelf. He might have given something truly demonic permission to make itself at home. In this chilling clip, a man from Colombia thought he was just filming a normal workout. But what unfolded was straight out of a nightmare. After a terrifying encounter during his training session, he reached out to the gym's owners to report the bizarre incident. At first, they dismissed his story, assuming it was stress or imagination. That is, until they reviewed the CCTV footage themselves, and their disbelief quickly turned into horror. What they saw on camera was pure paranormal activity that no one could explain. Watch closely.
No, mire, la luz. Fue fruta, fue fruta. Mire, mire. Y de esta hay una segunda toma. Ahorita le muestro la segunda toma y hay cosas que no se ven en la primera. Échale ojo. Ahí. Mira eso. Mira eso.
¿Y eso qué pasó? Porque eso se mueve.
Esa vaina es pesadísima, eso es pesadísimo.
Sí.
Sí, parece eso es una energía muy mala.
Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué le pasó?
Mamá, miren.
Ay, Dios, no, no, eso no es normal.
Sí, yo sé.
Eso no es normal, no.
Shaken to the core, the gym owner sent out an email to all members, asking if anyone else had noticed anything unusual happening inside the facility. The responses that poured in were spine-chilling. One woman admitted she'd often end her workouts early because she could hear heavy footsteps pacing directly behind her treadmill, even when she was completely alone. But the most disturbing revelation came from a longtime client who revealed the building's dark past. It was once a warehouse, engulfed in fire, a tragedy that claimed several lives. She believed the place still carried that haunting, supernatural energy, and now the ghostly footage seemed to confirm it. The gym's future remains uncertain. Some insist on having the building cleansed or blessed, while others think it's best to move out entirely. But for those who once doubted the man's story, the evidence of the haunting leaves no room for denial. On September 11th, 2025, a man from Mexico shared a disturbing pattern that's been unfolding at his home. Almost every night, right around 3 a.m., he hears knocking at his front door. But every time he checks, no one is there. Ever since the first night he answered, he's been haunted by the image of an old woman standing outside, silently staring in. Determined to find out what's really happening, he decides to record and capture this. Once again, he hears the same familiar knocking, but when he opens the door, the front step is empty. The following night, he's awakened by the sound of movement inside his home, slow, deliberate footsteps echoing through the darkness, before the knocking starts all over again.
That is that sound. Don't you dare open. No, he's opening that fucking door. This is bad. This is fucking bad. Here it comes.
After another strange noise, he opens the door to find a plant root lying on his doorstep. Soon after, a cat begins showing up outside his window every night at 4 a.m., staring at him with an unsettling intensity, just like the old woman did. Convinced these events are connected, he now believes she may be a witch, or something far more sinister trying to find its way inside. The Jefferson Hotel has been in operation for over a century, and with that kind of history, it's no surprise it's become the perfect setting for a haunting. With its long and mysterious past, the hotel has earned a reputation as home to a restless spirit, or perhaps something much darker. But was the supernatural activity more than the owners could handle? Let's find out.
Thrown off. And you can see, nobody was around it or touched it. That person did walk by. We all come in here and look around, and we notice, nothing out of the ordinary until I turned and then saw it right there.
In this first clip, the presence of strangers inside the hotel's grand ballroom seems to agitate the resident ghost. The moment the men walk into the room, the piano's fallboard suddenly slams shut with startling force. Later, the owner explained that the lid was secured by a latch, making it nearly impossible for it to drop on its own.
But down here, you can kind of see, there's a latch on the left, and it takes some effort to pull out. And it's been that way for the last 3 years, so it's not something that's easily just going to fall, and even, falling on its own.
But the activity doesn't stop there. Whatever haunts this historic hotel seems far from at peace. In another chilling video, a collection of dolls arranged neatly in one of the rooms begins to move, slowly but undeniably on their own. The movements are subtle, yet their shadows betray them, darting across the walls just long enough to be caught on camera.
That's going off too, right there, and then you'll see it. And then, you see how it's big and then it gets small?
Yeah.
And if that's not unsettling enough, ghostly figures appear to press against the curtains, as if mimicking the wind, except there isn't any.
Okay, there was literally have you been recording it?
So you see some other spots here where it looks like something's coming out there as well.
Over the years, the Jefferson Hotel has built a reputation for capturing some of the most compelling paranormal evidence ever recorded. And watching this footage, it's easy to see why. But the story doesn't end there.
Shit on the ground. What I'm doing here, I woke up because I heard a child laughing twice in my bed. So I'm looking around and I zoom into that. And it kind of just stares at me. I didn't know that's my cat right there. But it lost focus, and right about here I freaked out. But you can see the face is still there above. And it's right here by some boxes. Let's see if I zoom out. Right over here. It just stayed there. Right there. So as I'm zooming out, it's by that box. Keep in mind where that box is, okay? Because I'm going to show you this next video. And that's exactly where I heard the voice coming from, right there. So this next video, this is after the fact. You can see the box down there. You can see nothing's to be found. I thought it was around that area. But there's the same box, and nothing is there. And here's the still shots. You can see it kind of changes form right there. I don't know what it is, but I heard a child laughing twice, so that was one of the scariest experiences I've had here at the hotel, because that face doesn't look too happy to see me.
In another spine-chilling encounter, a guest woke up in the middle of the night to find a strange, inhuman face staring directly at him, right after hearing the sound of a child laughing in his room. Even more terrifying, the figure didn't vanish. It just stood there, watching.
And it kind of just stares at me
Panicked, the man grabbed his camera, but by the time he started recording again, the figure was gone.
You can see nothing's to be found.
So what exactly is happening inside the Jefferson Hotel in Texas? These are just a few of the countless paranormal encounters caught on camera. If you dare to see more of what's been documented there, visit the historic Jefferson Hotel's official YouTube channel. Just don't watch it alone. This next clip comes from a man named Josh, who finally decided to share the terrifying experiences happening inside his apartment. What he's captured has sparked one of the biggest debates online about what's real and what isn't. Watch this.
Okay. I keep hearing shit up here. Does anybody else know that me? There's definitely something up here.
By the way, guys, this headphone is not on wireless. You can see this one going with the wire. But my old headphone right there, up there, the black one, is on wireless, so I can like take it outside. This one I cannot, because this is connected to my computer right now. So yeah, I can hear it, and also you guys can probably hear it too. And I also have the mic, so you guys can probably hear me.
I left it on, so that's okay.
What the fuck? Hey yo, there's something standing there. Something black.
Again, I don't want to be with this. I don't want to be with this. Not again. 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 Not again.
It's what the? Yeah.
Josh calls it the Hat Man. According to paranormal folklore, when you start seeing shadowy figures, especially ones wearing hats, it's rarely just a trick of the light. The Hat Man is said to be a dark entity, a watcher that lingers in the corners of your home, feeding on fear. Others dismiss it as psychological, a result of sleep paralysis or extreme stress, when your mind begins to blur the line between dream and reality. But when Josh posted his footage, it divided the internet. Some argued that ghosts don't cast shadows. If a ghost is made of energy, how could it block light? Others countered, saying, shadow people aren't ghosts at all. They're something else entirely. Living darkness. Entities that exist in their own category. But here's where Josh's story turns even darker. It's not just the shadow. He's woken up to find the cross in his room flipped upside down. He's heard soft whispers that stop the moment he moves. And he says he's never truly felt peace inside his own home. When your safe place starts to feel hostile, it can play tricks on your mind. Or maybe that's exactly what something wants. So what do you think Josh is dealing with? A ghost? A shadow person? Or something much worse? Like always, I'll let you decide. The following footage was captured late one night by a CCTV camera inside a 24-hour gym. A personal trainer can be seen talking to someone near the reception area. Nothing unusual, until the staff monitoring the cameras noticed something that left them completely speechless. Over the radio, they asked the trainer who he was talking to. He casually replied that a man had just come in asking about a membership, so he explained the sign-up process and watched the man leave. But the staff quickly told him there was no one else in the gym. He'd been standing there, talking to thin air. Thinking it was a prank, the trainer laughed it off until one of the staff members brought over the CCTV footage to show him what they saw.
He's shaking right now, bro.
The moment he watched the clip, the color drained from his face. He began trembling, gripping a bottle of water just to steady his hands. On camera, he was clearly seen talking, gesturing, and reacting, but there was absolutely no one in front of him. The realization hit him hard. Whoever he'd been speaking to wasn't human. Since that night, the trainer refuses to work the late shift again, and some say the gym hasn't felt the same since. Every single night without fail, a man made sure to shut one particular door in his house, determined to keep his dog confined to a single area. The animal, though loved, was notoriously reckless, and he feared the chaos it might cause if allowed to roam freely beyond the sitting room after dark. Closing that door felt like the safest solution. Yet, over the past few weeks, something unsettling began to happen. The door was always wide open by morning. At first, he assumed his tall, clever dog had somehow learned to undo the latch. But late one night, while heading to the kitchen, that comforting explanation was shattered.
Now we hear crying, we hear baby crying. This is like Resident Evil here. Yeah, hell no. This is like fucking Resident Evil right here.
Each time he closed the door, a ghostly face would press against the glass pane, its expression almost desperate, as if longing to escape. Rattled, yet fascinated, the man kept shutting and reopening the door, hoping the strange activity would vanish on its own. But it didn't. His curiosity finally overcame his fear, and he placed his hand on the glass. In that instant, a spirit's handprint appeared on the other side, mirroring his, and a strange warmth surged through his body. The sensation left him questioning whether he was facing a malevolent haunting or something far more mysterious, perhaps even protective rather than demonic. In this unsettling video, a mother named Aaliyah begins recording her young daughter, who has just woken up from a terrifying night terror. Aaliyah explains that her daughter has been suffering from intense night terrors for several weeks, a phase her doctor assured her was typical for children her age. But one night, the crying was worse than ever. Her daughter bolted into her room, trembling and hysterical, claiming to have seen something in her own bedroom. Concerned and desperate for proof, Aaliyah grabbed her phone to record the moment for her child's doctor. But as she began filming, something completely unexplainable occurred.
The fuck?
Gary,
What?
come here, baby.
Why it got silent? I don't like it was silent.
Come here, big girl. Come, big girl. It's okay. There's the vent right there, baby. See? The vent pushes the door. You're fine, okay? You the girl? Don't be scared, just remember. Baby Liz, your mom is here. We all can be together. in the same house. It's gonna be okay.
Oh my
Let's go to
god,
bed.
no, man.
What's wrong, Cora? Sweetie, I'm afraid of. You're scaring me. Rosie?
Her daughter keeps staring toward the shutters, frozen in fear. When Aaliyah turns her camera in that direction, the blinds suddenly close all at once. No breeze, no movement, no explanation. Every single panel slams shut simultaneously. And if you listen closely to the audio, you can hear a sharp, forceful sound, like someone or something violently pushing them. Panicked, Aaliyah scoops up her daughter and rushes out of the room, spending the rest of the night in her own bed. The next day,
Good.
she records another video showing how heavy those shutters actually are, how impossible it would be for all of them to close together unless several rods were moved at the same exact time.
Her blinds do not have any remote or electronics. We just open them back up so I could show you. You have to be
like that.
physically standing by the blinds in order to close them like this. There is no wires or anything like that. There's no way this could be battery powered or anything. They just close on their own. And also, all four of them close at the exact same time. There's no way that's possible because you have to touch it and close it like that. That's not creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy. Lady, don't even say creepy stuff, you know, like open doors by yourself. Hell. Are you by yourself or you?
While she's explaining this on camera, something eerie happens again. The door behind her begins to move on its own. It happens right as she's describing how the shutters function. A chilling coincidence given what unfolded just hours before. But that's not even the most disturbing part. Moments later, she points out something that makes last night's haunting even harder to rationalize.
So the AC was not on when the door closed. It's very loud. And you can hear it coming from the vent. The air vent could not have pushed this door closed in that other video because
There's the attic.
the air was not on, the AC was not on.
Even with the air conditioning on, the door doesn't move. She demonstrates this clearly on video, proving that airflow couldn't have been the reason.
There's the vent right there, baby. See the vent?
Then she reveals the most unsettling discovery of all. The air conditioning unit wasn't even turned on during the incident. You can hear the difference between both clips, confirming her fear that no mechanical source caused the movement.
It's okay.
So, if it wasn't the AC, what exactly pushed the door? Like the shutters, the event defies all logic. Though terrified, Aaliyah admits she's somewhat relieved, believing her daughter's night terrors may have been triggered by something supernatural. Perhaps a restless spirit or unseen force within that room. For now, she's keeping her daughter far away from it until she figures out what's really going on. Until then, this video remains an unsolved mystery. As always, what do you think? Was this a haunting or something even darker? This terrifying footage was filmed by a man who says he's been dealing with unexplained events in his home for quite some time. According to him, what started out frightening has now become more frustrating than scary. Take a look.
I really don't think I'm ever gonna be able to see this shit. Listen to me. Listen to that. Jesus. I mean, this is my whole closet.
You could tell. It's a mess in there.
Here we go with this shit again. We're just gonna wait and see how long it goes. It's never enough. Stop! Okay, that works.
They work
Okay,
in
so
door
it seems to be wanting to happen now more in the afternoon. Just to prove that there's nothing there.
got misty. No, it got misty in there, bruh.
This is the cord in question, the coax cable, and you can see here it goes directly from here down to my Wi-Fi. So I could, I guess, open it like this, but one, I would probably be in the way of the camera here since I'm standing here.
Bro, you
but,
have a mess in that
um,
fucking glove, bro.
let's try and test this. Here's the door latched all the way shut. I mean, I'm pulling on that pretty hard and it doesn't come out. But if I were to do this and open it, that just kind of pulls the Wi-Fi back. So, I mean, if this cord was the thing that was pulling it,
No, it
this
wasn't.
probably would have knocked off. But
No, there's
No,
no
no.
way. That was not on the door. It goes across.
oh, you gotta be kidding me.
The closet door swings open on its own. This isn't the first occurrence. He's also caught his kitchen cabinet slamming shut in the middle of the night, and objects like his TV remote or keys vanishing, only to reappear hours later in the exact same spot he swears he'd already checked. At this point, he admits he's less frightened and more drained from constantly wondering if he misplaced something or if some supernatural force is toying with him. Viewers, however, have their own theories. Some believe he's dealing with a trickster spirit or poltergeist, a type of ghost said to thrive on chaos rather than harm. Others suggest the paranormal activity could be attached to him personally, claiming spirits sometimes follow a person instead of staying in one place. And of course, skeptics point to faulty wiring, uneven floors, or drafts as possible explanations. But those who've endured similar hauntings insist you can't mistake the feeling of being played with by something you can't see. At around 3 p.m. on a quiet Saturday, Bonita Adonis was home alone, watching TV in the kitchen while waiting for her husband to return from the grocery store. It's not often she has the whole house to herself, especially with visiting relatives staying for several months. But that day, everyone else was out, leaving Bonita completely alone. Or so she thought. According to her security camera, what happened next would shatter that peaceful afternoon. If not for the passing shadow caught on camera, Bonita says she would have blamed the incident on a simple stove malfunction. But watching the appliance shake violently, then lift up and crash back down right after the shadow passed, made her believe otherwise. Stoves don't move on their own, at least not like that. Bonita and her family now suspect an unseen presence may have been behind the activity, possibly even a spirit they knew. Her relatives had been living with her ever since the death of her grandmother, who passed away under Bonita's care. Some believe it could have been her grandmother's ghost trying to make contact. But while that explanation brings comfort to some, the footage still raises questions. Was it truly something paranormal? Or just a terrifying coincidence? A man is convinced that the ghost of his late wife is still lingering in their home, and he says he has CCTV footage to back up his chilling claim. In the clips, strange movements, flickering lights, and unexplainable shadows appear throughout the house, leading him to believe her spirit has returned. Watch closely and decide for yourself whether this is genuine paranormal activity or something far darker.
Morning, guys. This is just a quick update because I gotta get to work. But I got up this morning to get my coffee. Walked into the kitchen. And so
What's going on with this
you guys
boy,
are right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But the this morning when I came into the kitchen. I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely.
If what he says is true, it seems his wife's restless spirit doesn't approve of the recent renovations he's made around their home. But that's only the beginning of his torment. Late at night, the television often switches on by itself, always to her favorite shows. No matter what channel, he leaves it on before bed. He's found old photographs of them together knocked to the floor, almost as if someone refuses to let their memories remain on display. At times, he wakes to the faint scent of her perfume drifting through the bedroom, even though the bottle has been empty for years. What once felt comforting has now become terrifying. Objects move on their own. Lights flicker whenever he mentions moving on, and shadowy figures appear in his cameras watching. Now, he's left questioning everything. Is this truly the haunting of a grieving husband visited by his wife's ghost? Or has something demonic taken her place?
Both.
If it really is her, how does he honor her memory without losing his sanity? And if it isn't, then what in the world is haunting him? What do you believe? The footage begins in the middle of chaos, the camera trembling as a man and woman can be heard panicking. Their attention is fixed on a closet door in front of them that's shaking violently, as though something inside is desperately trying to break free. The rattling grows louder, more aggressive, echoing through the room like pounding fists against wood. The woman's voice trembles as she explains that the doors were brand new, installed just a week earlier, which makes the entire situation even more unsettling. Whatever was happening couldn't be blamed on old hinges or loose fittings. This was something else entirely.
Honey, what is that? Hey, God. Oh my
Vibrating
God.
with
Oh my God. Oh my God. These are the new closet doors, guys. The new closet doors that we just installed. Oh my God. Okay.
Well, this is what happened when you get new shit.
Nothing. Nothing in the closet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Be careful.
No.
Okay, so clearly installing these doors, as you guys can see, we're still dealing with whatever is in our bedroom closet. I don't know, but freaked right out. Look at the dog, she's like...
The man cautiously steps forward, his voice unsteady as he tries to calm them both while the door continues to tremble. Then, gathering his courage, he reaches out and pulls it open. In an instant, all movement stops. The door swings wide, revealing nothing but neatly hung clothes and perfectly arranged shelves. Untouched, silent, normal. He even checks behind the door and inside the corners, but there's absolutely nothing there. The clip ends abruptly, leaving behind an atmosphere heavy with dread and confusion. If you were in their place, what would you do? Was this paranormal activity, a poltergeist making itself known, or something even darker lurking unseen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. On September 19th, 2025, a girl named Sophie was filming herself outside her home, which sits near a quiet patch of forest. It was early evening, and she was casually kicking a football around, using her phone's flashlight to capture the moment. But as she chased the ball farther into the dark woods, the tone of the video shifted from playful to unsettling. What started as innocent fun would soon turn...
Can I hit the shit? Let me see. Let me see what I said. Okay, I can't even hit that shit. I thought I could like get like like in my phone. I'll be all.
Into one of
But
the
no.
most chilling encounters
Just do
ever
that,
caught on
with,
camera.
like that thing with like a.
Watch closely.
Ew, it smells weird in my mouth.
Sticking a ball. I don't know. It's kind of why are you doing that middle of the night, lady? You know what she's doing that middle like girls are so these ladies, bro, stupid.
Oh, that just went.
Just gotta kick it right back to her, right?
Hello?
What is that?
Oh, no. I know.
What the fuck was that? I saw that. I just saw legs. Close it, close it, close it.
While searching for the ball, Sophie suddenly pauses. A faint voice can be heard whispering her name from somewhere deep within the shadows. As she turns to look around, she doesn't notice it, but the camera briefly catches a dark silhouette shifting between the trees before vanishing again. Then, when Sophie turns her back, the whisper grows louder, this time right behind her, mimicking her own voice. The air seems to thicken, the flashlight flickers, and the dread in her breathing becomes impossible to ignore. Panicked, Sophie bolts back toward the house, leaving the ball behind in the darkness. The clip is grainy, but she later claimed that whatever was calling her didn't just sound like a voice. It sounded exactly like her. Many viewers now believe she encountered something far beyond human. Possibly a supernatural mimic or demonic entity trying to lure her deeper into the forest. But as always, I'll let you decide.
Exactly.
What do
Here's
you
one
think
question.
was hiding among
Why-
those trees?
Why
This unsettling
she's
video
doing
was
that at
uploaded
night?
by a mother named Misty Huron, who shared something
In that-
far different from her usual posts. Unlike her typical family updates, this one left her followers disturbed and genuinely frightened. The short clip comes from her baby monitor and shows her infant
Is your baby-
peacefully sleeping in her crib. But something about it felt wrong. Even though her daughter was completely still, the camera detected movement in the room. Movement that didn't seem to come from the baby at all. Misty first assumed her older daughter might have wandered in during the night, but she quickly realized that wasn't possible.
So we moved my daughter out of this room. Now she's across the hall. But we got all the furniture in, the TV hung. That is like a
Her older child had recently moved into a separate bedroom, meaning no one else should have been in there. So if it wasn't her, then what or who was moving? Misty kept watching, waiting for a sign of what the camera was detecting. Nothing appeared at first, until she looked closer and saw something that made her heart drop.
To the floor.
This is what she captured.
I see black something with it.
To her horror, the footage revealed what looked like a faint, human-like figure resting on the bunk bed in the corner of the room. No one had been sleeping there for weeks, not since her older daughter moved out. That left only one explanation. Whatever appeared on that bed wasn't alive. Misty couldn't shake the feeling that her home was haunted, so she began posting updates in hopes that someone online could help her understand what she was witnessing. But just when things seemed to calm down, another chilling moment was caught on camera in that very same room.
Okay, a lot of y'all were asking about the room situation, so I'm going to run that through real quick. We moved my daughter from this room into this room. She got new furniture. That's why the bunk bed is still in there. Then we moved the baby from my office, which used to be her bedroom, now it's my office again, up into this room. So this is the attic that's in between the rooms that I was talking about that's
Why
cracked.
is it
It's been that
cracked?
way for a while, so it's not something that I'm overly concerned about, but y'all have got me freaking out in the comments. I cannot even breathe walking in this room, so I am truly terrified, but I'm gonna walk y'all in here real quick.
Can you aim, lady? Can you open the door?
This is the bunk bed. This is where I took her out of her crib, ran up the bunk bed. There was nothing up there when I came. We have her rocking chair, her changing station, her closet with all of the stuff that we still need to put up. This is where I have everything that was gifted. I know a lot of y'all were saying check stuff that came from a thrift store or that wasn't yours because it might be causing it. I will show you guys up here. There's nothing suspicious. There's no hair from like a rat or something that could have came in. This is marker. These are still tucked in on the sides, like they're still tight from, you know, if somebody was trying to be underneath the blankets. I don't think that's plausible. So I don't know. I have no idea what could be causing it. Oh my gosh,
Just 3 times I sneezed.
In the follow-up clip,
it. Oh my god, it's rocking.
In the follow-up clip,
Way.
a rocking chair
It's all
placed in the
right.
corner of the room begins to move all on its own. No one else was home to cause it. Considering the eerie figure seen just days earlier, Misty now believes something paranormal may be residing in her house. Understandably shaken, she refuses to enter that room again until her husband returns from his business trip. But until he does, one haunting question remains. Who or what was caught on that baby monitor? This chilling footage was filmed inside a museum located in Nottingham, England, a place already infamous among ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. What you're about to witness didn't shock regular visitors, because this building is known for housing one of the UK's most disturbing collections of haunted artifacts and supernatural relics. Officially, it's called the Museum of Curiosities, though many still whisper its former name, the Haunted Museum. At exactly 6:18 in the morning, one of the security cameras recorded an event that continues to spark debate among investigators. Watch carefully. A human bone, believed to be more than 400 years old, suddenly shatters on its own, without anyone near it. With the sinister history surrounding this museum, it's hard to chalk that up to coincidence. This isn't just a room full of antiques. It's a vault of cursed dolls, Ouija boards, and ritual objects connected to witchcraft and dark occult practices. Visitors have reported icy chills, faint whispers when alone, and even the sensation of being touched by invisible hands. Staff members themselves have experienced lights flickering, objects moving on their own, and guests collapsing from what they describe as overwhelming demonic energy. So when a video like this emerges, one has to wonder, was it simply time claiming an ancient artifact, or did something supernatural make its presence known? In a museum filled with haunted items, dismissing the possibility of paranormal activity isn't so easy. What do you believe? Fragile history? Or something far more sinister? A man just moved into a new apartment, hoping for a fresh start. But things quickly took a darker turn. No matter how hard he tried, something about the place refused to let him feel at home. Soon, he discovered he wasn't truly alone at all. His new residence already seemed to have an unseen tenant, one that clearly wasn't willing to share its space. What followed made it clear. This was not just an ordinary home, but one hiding something haunting beneath its walls.
Alright, let's investigate.
The banging wasn't just on one door either.
Alright. I just want to let you guys know, like, I'm home alone. There's nobody here. Whoa, okay.
So shit, I know that fucking shit. I like that.
The sound that followed was unnervingly violent, relentless pounding echoing through the apartment. Yet each time he flung the door open, there was nothing there. No intruder, no shadow, just empty air. Moments like these instantly make people think of angry ghosts or paranormal activity. But let's take a closer look. He's alone, newly moved in, and clearly anxious. According to RSPK theory, recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, his own stress and fear could be manifesting the disturbance, his emotions literally bouncing off the walls. Others believe it might be a residual haunting, a psychic imprint of some tragic event replaying itself like a ghostly memory embedded in the building. Of course, skeptics argue it could be staged, perhaps someone off-camera making the noise, or a cleverly edited soundtrack. But if the footage is genuine, this case is truly supernatural and deeply unsettling. So what's your take? A furious spirit, a haunting echo of the past, or a man unknowingly summoning chaos through his own mind? What do you think on this one? Let me know in the comments down below.
I don't know. But alright guys, I hope you enjoy. You know what I mean, guys? Please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on the bell so you don't miss no more video like this. You know what I mean, guys? I'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Bye bye.